Hey, I have with me Freeman today from Jaga. Jaga is a very new and innovative concept, trying to develop incubation from creativity kind of thing. Let's hear from him what Jaga exactly is all about. Why don't you tell something more, Freeman?
So Jaga is an experiment in urban architecture, community space, and really how we can take advantage of some of the unused pieces of land that are in the city to really support the community in a variety of ways. It's made out of pallet racks, which is industrial warehouse shelving. It's all steel. It's extremely heavy duty. Each one of these uprights can support about 4 tons. And so altogether, the structure can support about 80 tons. So it's a very strong structure, which is freestanding. So so we're really looking at how can we build interesting, sustainable buildings in an urban context. And now we're looking at how we can use this space that we've developed to really support the community by hosting meetups like the Open Coffee Club. And we're getting into trying to have more workshops and educational programs. So we're hoping soon that we'll have talks on video editing and programming and maybe writing and other sort of aspects of new media. And just looking at how we can help people really sort of come into the digital age in a really interesting way.
Good. So, how did you bump on this idea?
I've built a few spaces like this before. When I was living in Los Angeles, helped set up something called the Los Angeles Filmmakers Co-op, where we got a large warehouse and outfit it with pallet racks and had lots of workshops and events supporting the filmmaking community in Los Angeles. So I worked on that for a couple of years, and I always wanted to do something similar in India. When I moved to India, the opportunity came when I met a woman, Archana Prasad, who's a local artist, and she was looking to set up an art gallery and had the idea that maybe they could set up a temporary space to host an art gallery that she was working on. And so I told her about these materials and mentioned that I would set it up if she found the location. And she found a local architect named Naresh Narisman who owned this lot and wasn't using it, and so she really tied these different sort of pieces together to give us the opportunity to make this happen.
So, what kind of roadmap do you see for Jaga and
The next step is really trying to get the media center going, and so really trying to have lots of really interesting educational programs and stuff like that. So that's going to be a big push. We're opening the cafe hopefully early next month, and so that will also really help create more structure for how we can work with the community. Then we're also hoping this whole front area becomes the sort of co-working space, so that people working in sort of the technology or digital fields can have a space where they can come, go online, eat food, socialize, and work together. I'm hoping that from all of that, that lots of interesting collaborations come out, and that we can support tech companies that have new ideas and tech and art collaborations, things like this. So this is really where I'm hoping it goes.
so what kind of an opportunity you see for this concept to go well in Bangalore and things like that? Or how do you see?
The response has been very good so far. So I think that we have a lot of potential, and things will be very good for us in Bangalore. We're looking at how the architecture can be used in other situations, maybe disaster relief or shanty architecture in slums and squatter settlements. So we're exploring some of those things as well. But our first focus is really getting the education center going.
Any challenges that you are facing you would like to share with us? What kind of challenges you are facing in this, and how did you overcome them?
They're all manageable. Right now we're working on trying to figure out a roof, and so it's a very organic process. It's non-traditional architecture, and so a lot of our challenges and opportunities deal with things like all right, how do we make this waterproof when the rain starts in maybe even a few weeks? We need to cover it. And so we're sort of exploring, how to make that happen. So yeah, that's one of the things. There's lots of small things that we face all the time.
How do you find the ecosystem here in India, Freeman, as compared to your US experience, and what would you like to suggest our upcoming entrepreneurs?
I feel the ecosystem is really developing. The sort of interesting things that I feel we need to get better at are sort of learning how to make really good proposals of what we're doing, what we've sort of promised we'll achieve in a very short time frame, so that we can get very specific about what we're going to do, and then wiring up the sort of early stage angel investors, so that they can also sort of like look and really sort of facilitating that collaboration between entrepreneur and angel investor. I feel if we can make that relationship really solid, that it'll go a long way towards helping the startup ecosystem here really flourish.
And what would you suggest to our upcoming entrepreneurs?
Just keep the faith, stay frugal. Really, the biggest advantage of being a startup in India versus other places is that the cost of living here is very low, and so really leverage that. Keep a really frugal lifestyle, and then pick hard problems where there's just a lot of work to be done, and then you're just going toe to toe with people around the world. And I sort of feel in a fair direct competition that based on the resources here, we could actually do very well in that kind of contest.
Thanks, Freeman. Thanks a lot, and we at eLagaan wish you all success. Thank you.
Thank you.